So let's take a look here at absolute mad lad Kevin Estre's pole lap. Now, if you were watching this for Hyperpole last night, just insane. Caddy 1-2, of course, and then Estre was the last hypercar out. Just an absolutely insane lap. Like, coming into this corner, the back of the car is so loose, keeps control of it, right on edge. This dude is just an absolute machine when it comes to endurance races, and always an absolute pleasure to watch. Of course, the other two Porsches didn't get into Hyperpole, so it was only the number 6 left. I was full sure that Caddy were actually going to end up on pole until I seen that Estre was on his lap, and then I kind of held my breath. But this was just insane to watch, and such a good finale to what was actually a pretty decent Hyperpole. But I'm super excited for Le Mans this year, as I always am. I think it's one of the best races of the year. Is mad lad coming down to the first chicane now. I think it's a hypercar on the right hand side there, just pulled to the side. First chicane, of course, right left. Dude just absolutely bombs it in here. Back of the car complaining a little bit. I don't think there's any track limits on the outside here. He runs quite wide, but I think because of that gravel trap, they don't have track limits there. There's an LMP2 ahead, and this is something I noticed early in the lap. And I was wondering where he was going to be catching this LMP2, and I'm sure he was too. Ideally, obviously, we want to catch it on the straight, get by it so it doesn't compromise him into any of the corners. But looking at his relative, he's already about 3/10 up. Second chicane now, same but different, left-right rather than right-left. Again, just bombing it in. That car does not want to turn in there initially, complaining the whole way, but of course Estre just telling it exactly where to go and what to do. Coming down here to one of the slower corners on the track, coming up closer and closer to this LMP2 ahead, and I think he gets a warning there actually to lift and coast as well. I'm pretty sure at this stage his fuel is pretty low, so it was a bit touch and go, I think, but just using every single millimeter of the track. The guy knows exactly what he's at, obviously, at this stage. And I think he's coming down to Indianapolis here now. I think that's that medium speed left after the fast right. And the LMP2 ahead, he's flashing it. He's telling it to get the hell out of the way. LMP2 goes left, Estre goes right. But he's going to be compromising here, which is even more impressive, because he's compromised into this corner and he still secures pole. Look how out of control that car is coming in there. Manages to keep it in check. Again, just using every inch of the track. Slowest corner on the track now, slow right-hander onto one of the last straights, of course, before the Porsche curves. Looking at the relative, what's he up like half a second now at this point? So I think he gains quite a bit during the Porsche curves. Absolute animal of a man. And this is just another page in what is just an amazing story of Kevin Estre in endurance races. Like, look at the speed he's carrying through there. Flat out through this section. Just a few corners left to navigate, like, trying to keep it in tight. Look at the steering. Just constantly trying to get the car to turn in. Unreal. Man's a freaking animal. Last two chicanes. Pretty sure they used the pit entry here for the braking marker for the first bit. Down, left, right. Unbelievable, man. Watching him come across the line as well so late in the day to take that pole, just insane. Animal. Kevin Estre, bloody freaking animal. But super excited for Le Mans 2024. Can't wait, man. If you're watching it, let me know. I'm going to be watching it. Let me know where you're watching it from. Who you think is going to win. Because my money's on the Porsche number 6 for sure. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.